Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to RLCS Overtime, your one-stop shop for Rocket League eSports and all things RLCS. I'm your host, Wavepunk. I've got a Quinn Lobdell, and Carpet is still blind from the eclipse, so still got the glasses on.
I'll have you know, Wave, I am only partially blind, okay? I can still mostly see.
Which eye is it?
I'm not going to tell you, because then you'll start playing pranks on the blind eye.
just like walking in your blind zone the whole time. Just
you'll know that like I can't see to my right, so you'll sneak up on that side all the time.
Yeah. Is there an actual reason for the glasses?
Summer's coming nearer to an end, and
summer is coming.
Summer is ending, I guess, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like ever since I stopped having summer camp and school and stuff, I don't really know when summer ends.
Keep track of summer.
It's just it's not as hot anymore. Is how I know summer.
It doesn't help that fall is always a different time of the year for wherever you live.
Yeah, that's true. And I did just move across the country. I guess to just another.
You have
hot
excuses.
State,
you have
though.
excuses.
But yeah, I just kind of wanted to live it up. So maybe I'll bring this out later in the show. We'll just kind of let them hang here for a while. They'll be like our fourth guest.
Oh, hi, Glasses.
Hi,
Good to have you. Good to have you on the show, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a great show. We're going to talk a bit about RLCS. Talk a little bit. I do a trivia segment, which will be fun. We'll go through some big fails we saw in RLCS. We'll also go through talk a little bit about NBC that's coming up this weekend, the finals of the 2v2 tournament, and also Carpet and Quinn going to give us their top 10 players in the whole world. They're going to love it. They're going to argue about who they think is right and who's not. You guys will love watching them argue. It's going to be good. And you might notice I didn't say Twitch clips, which we talked about last week, saying tweet at us with hashtag OT clips, and we'll put them on the show. Not happening this week, probably next week, sometime in the near future. Continue to tweet at us your clips there. Tweet your best Twitch clips, hashtag OT clips. It should be a lot of fun. Yeah, so I'm excited to see what people submit. But first off, let's talk about RLCS qualifiers, because those have been happening for a few weeks now. We've gotten through two. We're in the third one, right now as we speak, is happening over on ML Doubles. And you can take a look at some of the notable teams that have qualified here from North America. Cloud9, G2 eSports, Onslaught eSports, Equinox, Fibian, Renegades, Ambition, and Ascension. I feel like we talked about all these guys last week when we were talking about the Rivals versus Champions series. Good to see that all these teams are still in the running.
I mean, as far as this situation goes, these guys are playing for the top 32 in 4 separate qualifiers. So while these can get exciting, I think it's really just slowly ramping up to the big one, right?
Yeah.
Where all of these teams that we see qualify over all 4 of these qualifiers are going to truly start knocking each other out of contention for the RLCS.
Yeah, some of these clips, I mean, they are really, though, just beautiful displays of skill, especially against some lower, some unsuspecting teams you'll see here. I mean, there's just so many great passing plays, and so it's awesome to see these teams moving into the final 32, kind of solidifying it, but like you said, the real qualifiers coming up soon.
Yeah, no, as you guys have said, just to be super clear, these qualifiers are basically to get into the actual qualifiers, the final play-in. This is qualifying for the play-in is what they've been saying, as if you've been watching the qualifiers on Twitch over the past few weeks. And it's that they're getting into the top 32 in their bracket, then those teams will play through. And here on the RLCS, the first week of RLCS will be us watching these teams actually qualify for the Rival Series and for the Champions Series. So it'll be good to see how they're able to come through. But yeah, it's just always fun to watch G2 and Cloud9 styling on some people.
And you're probably going to see a slightly larger skill gap in general with qualifiers like this.
Absolutely.
Players that are teams that are kind of trying to make into the bubble or make it in, or what was it called? The bubble circuit?
Yeah, the pro bubble circuit.
The pro bubble circuit. They're trying to make it into the pro bubble circuit. So you're going to see a larger skill gap. So you'll see teams like G2 and Cloud9 kind of styling on them.
Why couldn't we call it
the pro bubble circuit?
The Rivals,
pro bubble circuit.
Instead of the Rival Series, instead of RLRS, which is the most how do you spell that? It's like A-R-L-A-R-I-S, RLRS.
RLRS.
Yeah, how you pronounce it, the Rival Series.
Well, maybe my firstborn child's going to be RLRS now.
Yeah, right?
Thanks, Wade.
We should just call it the PBL, just the Pro Bubble Circuit.
The Peanut Butter League.
Yeah, the Pro Bubble League. I guess it would be the PBC if it was the Pro Bubble Circuit.
The Peanut Butter League.
The Peanut Butter League. I like that.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. We can also take a look at some of the teams from Europe that qualified. Europe's also doing their qualifiers alongside North America, so no big surprises here yet. All the teams that we're expecting to make it through have made it through so far. Gale Force is still here, the Leftovers, Rocket eSports Frontline, the All British except for Flarky Rejects. Poor Flarky. Do you think he feels bad about getting called out in the team name here?
No, his name's in the team name. He's technically the star.
He's the star.
He's the only one. Although I do like that their team name's so long that they're the only one that had a different font size.
Yeah,
because it couldn't fit. Thanks. The all British except for Flarky Rejects.
Yep. But the one other thing to note, we've talked about it before a few times. You see clips of Leftovers here. Maestro's playing with them. It's been crazy. We haven't really gotten to see him compete with the Leftovers in a situation other than the rival week, I believe. So it's cool to see him competing here with them, and yeah, something, you know, taste of things to come in RLCS or RLRS.
That's probably one of the more exciting mainstay rosters that changed for me, to see Maestro, since we didn't get to see him towards the end of Season 3. Now he's playing with like the beloved leftovers that made such a big splash at the beginning of Season 3. So I'm pretty stoked to see that, but they still got to deal with Turbo. Turbo has been such a monster, showing up at Season 3 land, and I expect to see nothing less from his entire team than to just really give everyone a run for their money.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Gale Force for me are still the #1 team to look out for. You can see there that understanding between those 3 players is really, I think, on another level the way they're playing right now. They just always seem to be in the right spot for each other. Very few mistakes, if any, as far as positioning and passing goes. It makes them so much fun to watch.
Yep. So things running pretty smoothly right now.
Yeah.
Qualifiers all the way around.
Expected.
Yeah, no major upsets. You know, I've seen a few teams of the pro bubble teams that we were talking about that maybe have gotten knocked out by some other teams. But so far, as far as the like RLCS teams, the teams that we've talked about time and time again on this show, nobody's out of the running yet. Nothing really
crazy upsets.
Yeah, nothing you should talk about here yet, other than just kind of letting people know it's the one-stop shop for all things Rocket League eSports. That's overtime, so letting you know what's going on. And if you want to stay tuned with the action as it's happening in the past qualifiers and in the qualifiers that were happening yesterday and today, and I think there's at least one more that comes up later, definitely stay tuned to RLCS.gg. That's where you can get all your information on these qualifiers as we approach Season 4 here. Minor League Doubles running the one that's going on right now.
Really cool to see a lot of the community tournaments running this as well. And I do think most of the rosters that we've seen here at the RLCS, not only do you get 2 chances at a qualifier, but you essentially have to make the top 132 teams in Rocket League. So I imagine we'll see almost all of them come in and make it. But I'm mostly looking for the teams that I hadn't seen as much, or the ones that I like. There are a lot of my old friends I used to play with that I'm seeing starting to make their names in the qualifier. You know, I don't know if his name is great because it's how I got my name. But his name's Famish Burrito, and he's now on a team with Wildy Man. I remember Wildy Man.
Yeah,
Wildy Man he was nuts for a while, and I guess he took a break. But he got his same name the same way I did, which is why it sounds just as ridiculous. But his team making it through.
The random name on Xbox.
Yeah, the randomly Xbox generated game tag. So it's just cool to see like people that I'd known for so long kind of getting their name in a place that's noticeable, because this qualifier is so large. But you know, top 132 is still a pretty big feat when you look at the player base of Rocket League is massive.
Absolutely.
What do you think, Sunglasses? What do you think?
I think Rocket League's great. I love Rocket League. There you go.
Oh, his voice sounded way cooler in my head.
Oh, he's like, yo, bro.
Yeah,
Rocket League's great. I love Rocket League. There we go. He's a bro, because that's what Sunglasses do. Ladies and gentlemen, always cannot forget OCE, the 3rd region of the RLCS. Their signups close the 25th of August, and you can go to throwdowntv/games/Rocket League if you want to sign up if you are over there in the OCE region. Want to see those guys compete? The Jake Torsos and Drippe roster has still been just cleaning house over there, I've heard. So exciting to see them show up again here at LAN and see who else enters into their league and Throwdown TV. It's going to be cool to see OCE showing up again.
It's not Torsos, it's Torsos.
Is it really?
We got corrected by Yummy about 1 billion times.
Torsos.
It's Torsos.
He also says it's Oceania,
Would you spell
which
sauce
every
differently?
other Australian I've ever talked to says it's Oceania.
Oceania?
He's always like, Oceania. So maybe it is Torsos.
Maybe we just call it Torsos.
Maybe we've been led astray.
Torsos. More than one torso.
Guys, what part of overtime are you looking forward to the most today?
Probably trivia. I do like when a lot of us don't know things and we have to find out here together. Mostly because this guy gets crazy if he doesn't like it. I do like watching you get crazy when you don't like things.
Well, to be fair, I mean, trivia needs to be done a certain way, and I'm sure.
Like she's already getting heated.
You know what?
He's already tilted.
I'm passionate.
He knows Sunglasses hosting.
Do you like trivia?
Trivia master.
Are you?
No.
Both of them excited.
Trivia.
Both of them are excited for trivia, which is the next segment. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to find out who's dumber on this desk. It'll be pretty cool.
Winner gets the glasses.
Winner gets the no.
Yeah,
glasses,
you just said it yourself.
Glasses belong on the carpet. Glasses belong on the carpet, but that's okay, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have some fun. Overtime, we'll be right back. Welcome back to Overtime, ladies and gentlemen. Quinn's now blind, and Carpet is gotten smart. I don't know.
I think I'm getting blind, though. Wearing someone else's shades is almost harder than looking at the sun.
The glasses are like fogging up. You're just like so steamy, man.
Yeah, man. And then this. We're talking about how it just aged like 10 years.
Old man Carpet?
Back in my day, we didn't know how to aerial a dribble. We just hit the ball.
I mean, do you guys remember the days of Rocket League when you just like the first time your friend like pressed jump and boost and you're like, wait, you can fly? You know, like blew everybody's mind.
I didn't think it would be possible to control. I thought it would be like that difficult.
You're like, nah.
You want these back?
Yeah, I can't see it.
Yeah, I'll just put these safely on my head.
All right, now that things have returned to normal in the glass department, let's go to trivia. Where's Gibbs? Gibbs hosts trivia. He's not here. I'm doing trivia this week. It's all mine.
That wasn't as threatening as I was hoping it would
Gibbs
be.
might have made the questions, but I'm just going to read them. So if they're bad questions, it's all his fault here. Question, you guys ready to play?
Yes,
This is multiple
Is that
choice.
the first question?
This is multiple choice trivia.
And did I get it right?
Yes, you got it right. And I'm just going to keep score on my paper here. Quinn, I spelled your name out, Q-U-I-N, so we're ready to go. Yeah.
Quinoa.
Quinoa.
Can we just start calling you Quinoa?
Equinox. You ready?
Yeah, thanks for nothing.
Question number 1. What caster has Gibbs not done a wrestling move on?
Well,
And Quinn's probably doesn't even know what's going on. This is something that happens when you're in a room with Gibbs, in a hotel room, and you beat him in
I didn't know he was a
1v1.
wrestling guy.
do we
He'll-
wait?
he'll do a wrestling
How
move.
do we do this? Okay,
You guys-
are you confirmed? You can't change once you're confirmed. We're going to go by the buddy system here. The trust system, the Scout's honor. Is that
Sure.
what it's called?
Scout's honor.
So let me know
Caster's honor.
Okay, what?
All right,
all right,
give me which one you got,
D.
Carpet.
Shogun. I think
Yeah,
it's
that
Shogun.
was mine. That was mine.
You both
too.
going with
Yeah.
D. You both get it right.
You can just ask us to do it on 3. I had
Shogun.
Well, that's going to sound ugly when we both blurt out different answers or
both-
the same answer.
Especially when it's B, C, and D all sound the same. It's going to be really hard to tell what you're saying. Yes, Gibbs rock bottom James onto Lawler and elbow dropped Carpet. He is afraid, though, of Shogun's kickboxing skills, is what Gibbs said. That's
That
just
does
nice.
make sense.
So, yeah, so you both get a point.
He caught me while I was half
Congratulations.
asleep. It wasn't very fun.
I think that's the first time playing trivia where all of the people playing trivia actually got the question right.
Maybe Gibbs is getting better at writing trivia questions.
Hey, it's a fun trivia. Yes,
Thank you,
Someone's
Gibbs.
getting his trivia right for once.
If you want, if the people at home didn't know that, Gibbs likes to, drop his elbows on people when they lose his 1v1s in hotel rooms. Question number 2: which player was not on a roster in Season 1 group play?
Ooh.
Skyline, Devo, Squishy, or Mystic? And
All right, I got it.
I know it. I know it.
you guys got it? You got it? Carpet, what you got?
C, squishy.
See, squishy.
Okay, next time Quinn's going first. That's
Yeah, I had
They
it.
both got it right again, folks. They
Why?
both
How
got
would
it
Carpet
right.
know?
He was too young.
He still had dreams of Rocket League.
I mean, I can
Being a Rocket
remember
League pro.
That's true.
Skyline
he got
and
crushed
Mystic,
shortly
but-
after
yeah.
Season 1 started. What? Sorry, what were you saying?
I can remember my Devo was on Zero F.
Zero
no.
F?
No, Zero Effort was
Yeah.
American.
Mystic?
No, Zero Effort was European for sure.
European? Okay.
Yeah, it was Tinny, Devo, and Cheerio, I think. My boys.
Mystic was on Market, right?
Yeah, you can see
season
it
2.
says Squishy did not
Season
participate
1?
in Season 1.
Yeah, they got kicked out.
He shortly subbed for G2 in Season 2. Devo was the first sub of Zero Effort. Skyline played under Mikageishi for Precision Z. That Skyline and Mikageishi were together for a long time.
Yeah, they were.
And or Geisha, I would never remember how to pronounce his
Mikageishi.
name. And then Mystic played for Mocket.
Oh, yep.
Well,
There you go. He didn't
Jeez.
even know. He just guessed squishy.
this guy's Squishy. Well,
What?
you're gonna have
Yeah,
to
I
guess
did.
first next
Yeah,
time.
why did
I
you
just
say
didn't know what
Mystic if
roster
you didn't know
Mystic
what
was.
roster he was on?
I knew he was on a roster. What? How does that
Right.
make any sense?
How does it not make sense?
Just shut up, Quinn.
So, question 3. Question
doesn't
3.
know.
I already am pretty certain you guys don't know factually the
How
answer to
many
this
battle
question. How many battle card bodies, not including painted ones, are there in Rocket League? And you're gonna have to use maybe a bit of like,
So how many cards are there?
how many like unique card body types are there?
Are we
Not-
talking
not
like-
including painted?
Like tactician.
No, not included certified. Just like the body shape itself is different, not the way it looks.
Oh.
He did not give you a very wide range here, 31 to 46. I mean, it's basically there's a lot.
Okay, I'll go first.
All right,
I'm
you
just gonna go ahead and say I really have no clue, so we'll say 831.
I'm gonna say B36.
This is like
So
the
you
price
said
is
31
right.
and 36. You both got it. It was 41, so you're both close.
Jeez.
38 battle cards across
lot.
all platforms, 1 exclusive on the PS4 and 2 exclusive on Xbox.
See, if I remembered Sweet Tooth, I would have had it.
No, you
I
wouldn't.
would have had it. Yeah. If
You
you
would-
would
that
have
would-
one more,
that
you would
would-
have been up by 6.
You would have been up by 10. Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. No. Okay.
you
That's
know?
actually, I can't believe there's 41. Like, if I had to just guess off the top of my head, I would have said like maybe 28.
Yeah, no, when I saw A, and I'm like, I would have guessed way lower than 31 my first
No,
guess.
I should remember. Like, I can remember seriously scrolling through a ton of.
There's a
cars
ton now, though.
There's a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, like I mean, 6 would only be like what?
It doesn't help that I'm missing like 6 of them.
A
A lot of the crate ones I don't have. Yeah.
That's true. They do
Oh,
come
yeah,
in
that's
crates.
true.
Got to get
Yeah.
your crates, guys. Overdrive crates. Got 2 hot new bodies in it right now. Next question. Hold on. Got to make sure I got the right one here. Which team was not involved in a 4-way tie for 3rd place in Season 1 Qualifier 2 North American Group Play? Quinn looks like he's got this one. He already knows the answer to this.
Well, I was very much involved.
Quinn was a pro
four-way
when this
tie.
happened. He was actually involved in this league. He was actually a part of this. Yes.
Yeah,
that-
I was the team that.
There's the hint for you, Carpet, if you're having trouble remembering. You got your answer, Carpet? I'm gonna let Quinn go first on this.
Wait,
one.
no, I'm not ready yet.
Oh wait, you're not ready. He remembers the event, but he doesn't remember which 4 teams were.
Okay, I have 2 of them eliminated.
Yeah, I'm narrowing down between
Why don't we
2.
get lifelines?
You ready?
Why don't we get lifelines?
No lifelines. Okay, you got 5 seconds.
All right.
4 seconds. 3
Exodus.
seconds.
All right.
You said B?
Yep.
Yeah.
B Exodus.
You said both. Hey, you both. Okay, so they've either all gotten them right or they've all gotten them wrong. Yes, Exodus was
You
the
mean
team.
yes? You had no idea.
You didn't either.
Yeah, I did.
You said you were in, and you're like, wait, I'm not ready. Hold on, I was there, but I'm not ready.
Because I had it down to I by Power and Exodus.
Yes, so did I.
Okay.
I knew it
Exodus-
wasn't. We both knew KOU. That was like the game. There was you and KOU, and then Maki got knocked out. So I was just trying to figure out who the 4th one was.
Yeah, you had no idea though.
Neither did you.
Yes, I did.
This
We
is
lost to
garbage.
Exodus.
Guys,
Garbage.
Exodus finished second,
Garbage.
21-14.
It's like
Cosmic, Mocket, Kings, and Genesis all tied at 19-16. 19 wins.
Plus, the season 1 qualifier 1 is so long ago.
It's qualifier 2, but yes,
qualifier 2.
still very
It's
long.
still
so
Dude,
just as
I have to
valid
be-
part of Rocket League
I have to be
history.
completely honest.
Don't invalidate my only
Season one is like
relevancy.
I'm looking away from you.
Season 1 for the casters, at least, especially for me, was such a blur because it was like the constantly flying back and forth and the like, this is actually happening, you know?
Yeah.
I don't. When it comes to league play, there's a lot I do not remember just because it was such a crazy time of the life. But next question, to continue moving on here, we've got which pro uses a topper?
Like, is this a joke?
Espion, Halcyon,
I'm ready
Sad
already.
Junior, and
I'm
Timmy.
ready
Yeah, me
already.
too, me
He's
too.
going first.
Hey, Espion.
Okay, you got it.
Which topper is it?
Cat ear.
Yeah, Cat ears.
Dang it, they both already knew that one too. That is
He's
the,
like my teammate. Then we
is
got
the fact.
colored ears and everything.
I know.
But he's not a
Kenobi
weeb. He's not
got
a
like
weeb.
I think probably the first pair of colored ears within like the pro scene because all the pros like trade stuff with each other and like
Yeah.
borrow
All right,
things.
here's the
and-
next question.
Okay.
Not including Jacob, can you name any others that use toppers?
Hold on.
Is that the next question?
No, this
it's
is a
just-
bonus question because I don't want to give you both the point again.
Okay,
We're
wait.
completely
What?
tied right now.
I need you to repeat the question.
Who else uses toppers other than Jacob? Can you think first player to think of a player that uses a topper right now?
Wow.
Yeah, that's a tough
Consistently
one.
or just ever?
No, I can think of one who. Okay, I'm gonna say in any match. Can you remember a player using a
In
topper
any match?
In
I
like
can
in
think of a few
in a
that I
match?
use them.
No. in a pro game. I can think of at least one.
Wait, that doesn't disqualify
I can
me.
actually think of 3. All on the same team.
Why is this so hard?
Using the same topper.
You talking about like
oh,
Maestro,
Devo.
Remco, and Devo and them?
I said
Or not
first.
Maestro, but
What was that team?
The
Which
Viking
team?
thing. They
Which
used the
team?
Viking
no,
one.
Which team was it?
Envious.
Was it Envious or was it Gale Force?
Is that-
They both did it though. He said a team first, so Carp gets a point. There we
What?
go.
I didn't even say the topper. He didn't even know the topper.
No, okay. That's-
Brunhilde?
Yeah, the Viking one.
It's called Brunhilde. You didn't even say the topper.
Is it
Yes,
Brunhilde?
it's
Or
called-
Brunhilde?
Enough.
you go.
Enough.
No,
All
but
right,
that- come
we
on,
actually have a leader now. Carpet is in the lead by 1 by arbitrary decision of Wave Punk. We've got 2 more questions for Quinn to catch up, or for one of them. You guys have just been saying you guys either knew them or you didn't. So at this
because
point,
we're both
yeah,
pros.
you're both just pros here. Next question: who has played the least amount of games in the World Championships? Classics, Vogan, Bango, or Dapper?
I know this.
I got it.
Go ahead.
You do?
You go first.
D-Dapper.
A class. Ooh.
Oh, you said A Classics. You
right.
absolutely
You're
said A Classics,
It's
and D
classics.
Dapper is actually
You're right,
correct.
because he missed the day. That was good. That was good.
He's played 5 games
That was
total.
good. That was good.
He's played 5 games total. I don't even know how many.
Okay, now you're in the lead.
We really should have used the whiteboards so that you guys had to like write down the letter and like pop
Whoever
it up.
our producers has
You
to
know,
get it
next
together.
time we'll think of it.
Gibbs. This is Gibbs' section.
This is Gibbs.
He should
Yeah,
be
Gibbs,
here
come on.
to
Come
tell
on,
us how to do
Gibbs.
it.
Got to give us the whiteboards, man. Last question, and we're gonna say it's worth 3 points.
That's what I'm talking
You know
about.
what? You know
That's
what?
what I'm talking
I'll
about.
bite. I'll bite.
Who
Let's
won
do
the
this.
most individual games in RLCS Season 2 EU League play? This is the most trivial too. I'm actually.
Oh man, this is the worst one.
Who? I'm gonna say
The most individual games in RLCS
Flipside Tactics.
Season 2 League play.
It says see
of
Flipside
Europe.
Tactics.
That was your hint. Season 2.
What? No, what? You're
That's not how
ridiculous.
Gibbs makes questions.
You know what? Just to make this competitive, be Market Esports.
B Market Esports is correct. And
Bam!
with a lead of, oh my goodness, look at
Really?
that, 8-3. Clobbering Quinn here.
How did you? Okay, 3 points inflated.
You're not
This
wrong.
is-
Don't
rather
forget. It was
fight
Market
the three?
EU.
Would you rather lose by
119
2
games.
points or 5 points? Either way, you're still losing, Quinn.
Doesn't feel good.
Would you like the sunglasses back to hide the tears? Would you like to hide your tears? Here you go.
You know, I'm supposed to like say things here. I'm supposed to like talk.
What are you supposed to say?
Supposed to say that Market EU won 19 games and finished first, tied first with Northern Gaming
really?
and Flipside, both winning 17, but lost all tiebreakers to finish third.
Rip.
That's how it happens.
I was close.
So,
Well, that was good.
that was with the graphics.
That's
said.
usually-
Well, you guys were talking about glasses. But it's
We actually got points on Gibbs' trivia.
You actually got
Trivia.
points. I mean, most.
Trivia.
That was the first time I think. I don't know. It was just down to the end when we actually had some questions where you guys actually like had different answers.
Yep.
You all
Well,
said
for the
the
most
same
part,
thing.
it was just him copying me every time I was right.
Is that how
No,
we're gonna
no.
play
The
this?
first two was him going first and then you copying.
No,
Yeah, the first.
he
Yeah.
just got lucky that he went first.
Oh, okay.
That's how trivia works
You heard
here.
it here, folks. If you want to win trivia, just get lucky like Final Carpet.
Just go second after carpet. You'll always stay tied.
And the sunglasses.
man.
Had him whispered in your ear.
Yeah, pretty much.
So does that mean carpet wins your glasses?
Do I get them both?
It's the.
Do I get to wear the double? That's like extra blind for me. So when we swapped the first time, Quinn's like, this is funny because now not only can I not see because I don't have my glasses on, but everything's darker.
Everything's
'Cause they're
darker.
sunglasses.
Yeah, it's actually surprisingly hard to see.
What if I do like
Even though
one,
you got these big old
one
blinding
per
lights.
eye?
Guys,
Is that possible?
no, okay. This train is off the rails. This
like
is
some
not. We
X-Men
don't
type
need
of
this
thing.
anymore, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, it's been
Looks good.
some crazy stuff, some crazy goals. We've
Starting
gone
to
over
do
top
fashion.
5 goals, guys. I'm trying to talk here. I'm trying to say some things. You seen top 5 goals? Let's see the not top 5 goals. I can't wait to see some RLCS fails when we come back to overtime. Welcome back to Overtime, ladies and gentlemen. Just got done with so much fun, and we're going to talk about the not top 5 plays. Did you know that blindness is a transitive disease?
Yep.
It just travels around the desk.
Well, luckily, only one person can be blind per group of friends.
It's like all of the parasites leave left Carpet's eyeballs and went into Quinn's, and then now they're over here. And
doing a good job of tracking.
This is kind of graphic, talking about parasites. Speaking of parasitical plays, we'll transition that way.
Wow, smooth.
The not top 5 plays. We've seen top 5 plays all over the place, and right now we just want to highlight some of the worst plays we've seen here on the RLCS stage. Starting with Magnus. I'm just gonna let these plays speak for themselves. I've kind of rewatched them. These guys are watching them again here, and it's amazing. It's amazing the things that these guys can pull off, and it's such a beautiful play. Yet it just works in such the wrong direction. It's just watch it again.
I actually don't know if I caught it. I was too busy watching the sick goalie.
Watch, boom, and then here comes Magnus. Boom.
That is so. I didn't know that angle though.
I kind of remember that one.
I remember it too. I mean, that angle is sick though. Those shots, you have to get them timed so perfectly with the trajectory and everything. It's to do that by accident, it's you can't even be mad.
Yeah. Probably why can't I do this going the other direction? Come on, jeez.
I mean, the weirdest own goals are you're so just not ready to even come close to shooting on your own net. It's not even a potential threat because it's such a rare occurrence. You're just yeah, I'm just gonna go up and hit this. There's almost no chance it's gonna go directly into my net, right? There's almost no chance, right? Said Magnus before he scored his own net.
My favorite own goal definitely has to be the Kronovi own goal, where he talked about it afterwards. He's just driving towards the
spoilers, Quinn. What if it's on the list?
Was it an RLCS play?
I don't think it could have been. Well, maybe, I don't know. No, I don't know.
Watch.
Maybe next time we should. Maybe next time we should show Quinn the plays.
We don't know. We haven't seen them.
You can tell the story after we watch the plays if we don't see it. My goodness.
It's like buying yourself stuff before Christmas.
Are these all own goals?
Can't take this anywhere. Yes, they're all own goals. All right, next is Cooks here. I'm interested to see, Carpet, if you remember this play happening. I'm pretty sure you were casting this game. This was Game 7 against Resident Esports in the playoffs to make it to LAN.
This is the
Flipside Tactics is trying to make the ridiculous comeback.
One, right?
Yeah, this is Cooks here.
Of course I remember, mostly because I was so crushed to watch Cooks here almost lose it for his team on an own goal, and that was so unlike him. Yeah, it was a full panic. You could tell it was panic. All 3 of them were like, I guess now, let's all jump. Just watch. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Everybody goes up for it. Cooks here, I think he might have gotten bumped. Who knows, though. All hell broke loose, and they just owned it.
That started the fire, though. Then Cooks just went God mode.
That's flip side. Oh, let's be really down. Hey, you know what? Let's score an own goal first, and then we'll keep going. No, Cooks definitely didn't do it on purpose.
I mean,
who knows?
I don't think so.
Don't question.
You know that
don't question
they're all totally self-aware of their fight from behind mentality. They're screw it, we're gonna lose. Yeah. Then we'll do it. We'll win it. As long as we can be successful in losing that first game, we'll win the rest.
Let's be successful in losing the first game.
I don't know if I want that motto for my team. Just saying. I don't know if I want that to be a trait.
Hashtag only flip side things. The third one we're gonna look at here, not really going in any particular order, though I will say that the last one is definitely the worst. Kronovi here in the brisk. We saw this one just recently going up against NRG here. Just pinches off of Garrett straight into the net. And yeah.
You guys had me worried here that this was going to be the Kronovi own goal I was talking about.
There might be another one.
Might be.
What makes you think that there's not going to be another one? Oh.
Here, Kronovi. Shoot on your own net. Thanks, bud. Appreciate it.
I mean, Twitch chat spam a lot of stuff after this. But I mean, that was a bit of him wanting to be in too many places too many times, and also noticing.
You can see he hits the boost once he sees that Garrett's gonna get the touch. Yeah. It's just don't hit the boost. It's the only way you can score. Yeah,
they had a teammate in the corner too that probably could have blocked it much easier than just let Kronovi rotate. But no, I'm just gotta be the hero.
Just let Kronovi rotate.
Yeah.
Kronovi's nobody scores on my goal.
They don't want you to rotate Kronovi. Just let the man rotate.
Or, I mean, what? I don't know who you're blaming here. I'm really confused.
Everybody else except for Kronovi.
Oh, for the rotational problem. Kronovi's never the problem.
That was the joke.
Yeah, gotcha. All right.
Sorry. I bet that's what Twitch chat was saying.
Your joke just went.
No, you just need the glasses.
Yeah, that's true. I'm blind to your jokes. I'm going to put these back on for a minute, just to make an excuse for me not understanding your jokes.
Hey, no worries.
It's so we can take them off
no
during
worries.
the next goal.
What a cool guy.
All right. We're going through these pretty fast here. Vince. Vince is our next one here. It's kind of similar to the first one with Magnus. Just a beautiful shot at your own net. As this goes up, just look at this. Look at this. I'd be proud to make that.
Going the opposite off of the crossbar?
The upper
The opposite
90.
direction?
That was like the upper 90 shot that everyone dreams of. That is the dream shot.
Yeah.
Oh,
He just
look at
happens
that.
to be in position off the pinch as well.
he wanted to like push that. All he wanted to do was like cross the net, like push it over. And he's like, there's no way that I can't put this higher. Like it's just barely on net.
Well,
all they have to do is put it higher.
He put it in the opposite direction as
Yeah.
well. Like if it went any further in the opposite side, it would have been too hard. It would come off of the backboard and then just like flew out of there, right? But instead, just
I was
like
like
the stars aligned.
Yeah.
I like his
For the most
teammate that was
beautiful
like
angle.
on the wall right next to it. Is like, no, what are you doing?
Yeah.
No, we lose. Stop it. Oh, it was right there.
I can't imagine like being the person that scores in a situation like that on your own net. As a teammate, what do you do, right? You can't you can get mad, but everyone knows it's a complete innocent accident. So it's like, what do you do? It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, people get angry, I think, and like some people
I'm
don't.
sure, but like, he knows. Like, why are you gonna yell at the guy? He knows what just happened. He already hates himself. He just scored in his own net.
Why are you scoring own goals, man?
Come on, man, it's your other net. Haven't you figured it out by now?
Oh man. Okay. So
Thousands of hours and this?
we'll find out if this is the one that Quinn was talking about. To me, this is the most.
Is it
notorious-
Kronovi?
This is the most notorious
Oh,
own goal of
it's
all
gonna
time.
be.
This is
gonna
Kronovi.
be.
Season 1 against the Kings of Urban. Playing with Vafele as a sub. Who, I've heard his name a few times in recent talks about the new rosters. But watch 1, 2, and it's just hard to see. If you can't tell what's happening here, watch the replay. This is the goal where I said I was
What
embarrassed that we
supposedly-
called this the best team in North America.
What supposedly happened here was that Kronovi's like, guys, everyone, is this going in? This isn't going in, right? I'm good, I'm good. This is great. Everyone's like, yeah, it's going up the wall. And then, it goes right into him. It's just like, you can tell, he was not expecting that.
Wait. This is the best. It was the 1, and then the 2. Like, it's like he had so much time to fix this
In
situation.
his slight defense, it did look like it was going to roll instead of bounce back, but it just passed the curve.
half of those-
But he probably should have turned around with like the 10 minutes of time he had
Well,
to
like,
turn
it
around.
bounces, it bounces on the ground. It goes almost nowhere, but just high enough that when
Just
it hits
high
the
enough.
post, it won't go up. Because
Yeah.
usually those, like, even if there's a little
Yeah.
bounce, it will roll kind of up, and then it would have gone above Kronovi and out.
Yep.
But instead, it's just like, nope.
But he had teammates in the
Target
back
acquired.
too. Again, it was like, just let your teammate deal with it. Stop driving backwards.
According to
you know?
Kronovi, the teammates were the problem.
Yeah,
Of course.
And for those of you that haven't watched, that was before the half flip was a thing. There was no half flip, so that's why he was like
half flip
backwards.
was not a mechanic
Him turning around would have had to like.
Well, it
jump
was just undiscovered.
half- Yeah. I mean, it existed, but no one had
was doing
deciphered the controls to figure out how to half flip. So he would have had to hop up, flip upside down, then air roll, which usually takes a lot of time. And when you're not on the ground, you're losing momentum, and he didn't want to like lose control. So that's why he stayed backwards. And then owned gold. The best owned goal that's ever happened in RLCS history.
Beautiful own goal.
I was embarrassed.
As beautiful as it comes.
It's funny, we talk here about like, you know, these are like the top 5 plays, the not top 5 plays. Honestly, we were at some point we were debating like, what if like every time one happens, we like be like, all right, we're gonna make a change in the standings. This is now the number 3 worst play of all time. And we were like, I don't know if this will be good because I don't think that play will ever be dethroned. I think it will forever be the best own goal we've ever seen in RLCS.
That was like such a beautiful own goal. And it's just like that. The greatness of Rocket League is just like when things happen, just totally unexpected. And that right there, like catching probably like the most consistent player, especially at the time, like in the world, totally off guard. It's just so great.
It was, I think, it was like the whole lead up of like he hit it towards his net, and everyone had to think for a second, like, is that on target? Like, hoping it's his own goal. And then we all watched it hit the backboard. We're like, oh, thank you. Like everyone is so happy it wasn't in, and then he still smacked it in like right
so
after.
funny.
It was like there was a nice roller coaster of like, is Kronovi really gonna do this? And then he's like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, guys.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you've got any fantastic own goals or funny plays, be sure to tweet them at us, #OTClips, and you might even see it here on the big screen. I'm excited. I made the mistake of going and watching some of the plays. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna type in the hashtag and go see them. And I was like, and then I remember like, oh, I'm not supposed to look at these so I can react to them live on air. There's some hilarious ones that people are submitted already. I am so excited to do that segment. But ladies and gentlemen, NBC is this weekend. It's gonna be exciting. I have a lot of action. Quinn and I will both be there. We'll have some bit more details for you when we come back. We're gonna take a quick break here from Overtime. Welcome back to Overtime, ladies and gentlemen. Been a great show so far, and we've got 2 more fantastic segments. Today is one of the days before the NBC. That wasn't the word I was going to go for, but then we just kind of said it. We're just going to keep on going with it. NBC is this weekend, guys. The Universal Opens Finals at the eSports Arena in Santa Ana. It's going to be a lot of fun. You can still get tickets for that, I believe. They're not too expensive if you want to go live, but holy cow, 2v2 as a big old tournament.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And like you said, Santa Ana, the eSports Arena, this is the first big 2v2 tournament, really kind of paving the way for all 2v2 players.
2 is a lot of fun to watch, man. You get to really watch. It's almost kind of like a showcase. A lot of players they have a lot more room to breathe, so they really get to show you where their skill set is. They get to slow the game down a lot more intentionally without as much of a risk. A lot of times in threes, if you slow it down against a team who's not ready to slow it down, you're just going to get slammed, and you're not going to be able to have any time to react. So in 2s, you have more room to breathe, and it's really fun to watch. Yeah,
it's really interesting. We were talking, Quinn and I got to be in a lot of these shows and talk about and watch these teams play. And one of the things that Kevin Naki, the host, was always asking us is like, do we think there's gonna be any like 2v2 teams who are gonna show up and we're never gonna heard of, or is it just gonna be all the pros from the 3v3 scene? And it really was mostly the pros from the 3v3 scene. As you take a look at the teams that qualified here for the championship, G2 Esports has 2 teams there, G2 Omega and G2 Esports. Sizzle Your Cobb is Sizz and Jacob. Dap G is Dapper and Garrett G. A lot of teams the 3v3 teams kind of like splitting up a little bit and forming up 2v2 squads with their team. Cloud9 is all Cloud9 players, and Splice is Karma and Pluto. So, mostly players we are familiar with here. And if not pro teams, then, teams on the pro bubble circuit.
Are we just going to make it a thing?
Let's just make it a thing at this point.
We're just going to own it. I can always appreciate teams that make up names that are fun to say, like Wabi Sabi.
Or it's lit.
It's lit, man.
It's lit isn't as fun to say as Wabi Sabi.
You're talking about candles, right? They're saying, all right, it's lit with the candle there.
I don't get it. Why would they talk about candles, Wave?
Because it's lit. You like candles.
But why is it lit? I need explanation.
They need light, so,
To play Rocket League? Do you look at your controller when you play Wave?
I'm so confused.
Why are they called Ghost Esports? There's no ghosts in Rocket League either. Quinn, which team were you the most impressed with over the course of the qualifiers?
I'd probably have to say Cloud9. We didn't get to see EU, so I'm just going to throw it out there. I think EU's going to come over and stop everybody.
Really?
Except there are going to be some chances. No. I take it back. The team that surprised me the most was going to be Sizzle Your Cobb.
Really?
Yeah.
That was what surprised
They surprised me the most because Cloud9, I expected them to come in and just decimate players. And that ceiling goal from Squishy where you just hear me going absolutely wild in the background. It's like I'm trying to comprehend it. That's still forever the best goal. So that was a big surprise. But Sizzle Your Cobb, Jacob, within the pro scene, kind of known, at least between most of the players, that he's not the best 2v2 player because he does really unorthodox things. It's difficult to read, goes for a lot of risky plays, which as 2v2 kind of develops, you learn that, all right, well, you can't really go for that stuff. Players are still finding out where their holes are, where you need to tighten up the gameplay, and how to play that game mode the best. And seeing Jacob and Sizz, 2 players who I kind of describe as very aggressive and unorthodox players, somehow it's like almost not dropping a game through the entire day, all the way into the grand finals. So that was pretty impressive for me, at least.
I do think it's a big thing to say. We talked a lot about Matt and Sizz that were a duo. They played 2s non-stop for the first 9 months the game came out. So I think it's really big on his part. And for Jacob, if I were on a 2s team with Jacob, I would just wait as long as possible until I had to do anything.
That's the weird part is that Sizz. When it was Sizz and Matt was the one who was waiting. And when it's Jacob and anybody else is the one who's waiting. Jacob and Sizz are both the ones who play so aggressively, and I think that's why they might have a lot of success in the qualifier. But seeing them both kind of just really have solid passing play and great understanding between each other, I think they have some things they got to polish up. But definitely a team to look out for.
Yeah, they were definitely the team I think that was surprising the most, especially with just how dominant of a performance they had there. Were there any how do you think you mentioned the European teams? We didn't get to see the European teams at all through the regionals that we saw on NBC, but some big names coming in. Flipside sending both Marky and Cookster, one of the oldest duos in Rocket League, and I know you've told me off camera that you really think that Europe's going to be the dominant region here in this tournament.
Yeah, the number one thing I think, especially when it comes to 2v2, like the reason why we do see Marky and Cux in there, which is probably a big surprise to a lot of people who think they've fallen off the competitive scene as far as 3v3 goes, they have issues finding some synergy with a third, and oftentimes in 2v2 and 3v3, it's a little bit easier to kind of get into that like constant rotation that you do in 2s, whereas in 3s it's a little bit more ambiguous when you should stay up or shouldn't, right?
I mean, think about it. You're only thinking about one other person's thoughts. All you're doing is you're paying attention to your enemies.
Exactly, yeah.
And then you're thinking about your one teammate. You know if he's gone up, there's only one place he can be. So then you play around that as opposed to 2 other dudes flying around.
Right, and I think that's exactly the reason why we see, you know, Marky and Cux so successful in 2s. I mean, they have so much synergy together. They don't have to worry about another third player, and not that, you know, it's the third player that's the problem or something in 3s. I don't think that's the case. I just think that when you simplify the game a little bit to the 2v2 format, these are 2 players who've been playing together the longest in competitive Rocket League, and, you know, like this is just where they kind of got started, right? So I think that Marky and Cux are going to probably be favorites to win the tournament.
So you're calling them as favorites to win the tournament. But what do they do? What does a team like that do, a team that's been playing together for so long, do when they run up against something like Jacob and Sizz, who are just complete wild cards as far as anybody's concerned?
Well, I will say that I think that Jacob and Sizz had the most difficult bracket to qualify. I still think that there was no single bracket with multiple incredibly high-level pro teams. Right, and the only one that did have it, we saw a huge upset, which was the Brotherhood with Cloud9. So they ended up playing in the first game of the tournament, or of that whole regional qualifier, and we didn't really get to see Fireburner and Moses, you know, in a best of 5 where you have a little bit more space, and the best of 3s really skew the way the game's played.
I think spacing is huge in 2s, especially when you're looking at, like I said, there's only one other teammate to look out for, but that means there's only one other teammate to bail you out.
Yeah.
So if you're going to be doing these 1v2 aggressive plays, trying to dribble it out, doing some air dribbles, you know that your teammate's going to have to be spaced out. So I think a lot of the initial gameplay that we're going to see out of, like, especially the cross-regional teams, like between Europe and North America, who's going to be more consistent and who's going to try and punish the hardest? Because I'm hoping to see a whole bunch of outplays because all these players are so mechanical, but it gets harder the better players you go up against, right? Like the bigger the skill gap, the more fancy stuff you'll see. The closer the skill gap, you're just looking for the moment. You're looking for
most effectiveness, effective thing that you can do in that situation.
Yeah. So I mean, I think we're going to see a couple of silly goals here and there, just somebody dedicating for something that is risky, but they know they can pull off because they're that good.
Things kind
of. Yeah, just Jacob things kind of moment. But if that doesn't go in, or someone like Marky or Cux here can actually get there to block it, then you've literally left your entire net open. So we're going to see some silly things and some really good things. I mean, either way, 2s is just, it's such a different pacing. It's so fun, yeah.
That's how I describe it, undeveloped.
Yeah. I'm excited to see who wins. There'll be a lot of tight competition there. Where can you guys watch? Well, we've got all that information for you right here. It is this weekend, Saturday, August 26th. The broadcast starts on NBCSports.com and right here on Twitch, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And then on Sunday, it'll be broadcasting a little bit earlier there at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. You can see your other time zones there if you are not in the Eastern Time Zone. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Have either of you been to the eSports Arena?
No, I have not.
Me neither. I'm excited to.
I thought you had a story to tell. Have you guys been? It's crazy.
I was hoping you guys could tell me, like, you know, where the best concession stand is.
Definitely didn't sound like you've been there before.
Yeah. You guys been? No, definitely. It'll be a new experience for all of us. It'll be a lot of fun. But guys, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, Carpet and Quinn got their top 10 players in the world. It's going to be amazing. Can't wait to see what they say. I'm sure some of you will love it and some of you will disagree so much. It'll be awesome. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Overtime, and we got something a little bit special for you today. I'm here with Quinn. We've kind of kicked Wavepunk off the island. We voted him off, and we're going to give you our top 10 players in the RLCS, kind of the world, I guess, the overall vague idea that is Rocket League players. He's going to get intense. The reason I wanted this to be a standing segment is so I had an escape route and a way to get away from you as quickly as possible when you really start to go off the handles. That's good. So, you know, we're going to give you our top 10, but this week we're only going to give you our bottom 5. So 10 through 6 you're going to get. But that means you have to tune in next week to get our full top 5 to see what our full top 10 is. And then it's up to you guys to memorize. We're going to quiz you on it maybe. We're going to send out a couple of flyers. Some tweets. I don't know. I'm making all this up on the spot. This is all a lie. We're just going to give you our 10 through 6 now. And then next week, we're going to give you our top 5. Quinn, when you were coming up with your top 10, what was going through your head? What were you thinking about when you were trying to figure out who your top 10 is going to be?
Mostly just how easy it is to come up with my 10 through 6. You know, it's just like the easiest thing ever.
You're like thinking about it, you're like, man, this is so easy. I got number 10. This is still really easy. Number 9.
Well, in my head right there, I was just thinking 10 through 5, 10 through 4. I forgot that we'd be top 10. Anyways, yeah, that's hard.
It was so difficult. I'm not going to lie. Tough. So we actually don't know what each other's is. We wanted to try and keep it a secret, so we did it separately. And I was like, you know when you're in an exam at school and you're like, I hope that everyone's having as much difficult a time as me. I hope they're not all getting A's while I'm getting an F. I was like, the same with you. I'm like, I hope Quinn's struggling. I wrote down like maybe 20 or 30 players.
Yeah, that's why.
And then I'm like, how do I make these 10? How do I get rid of any of these guys? They're all so good.
It's like the hardest part for me, though, honestly, was really like identifying, okay, if these players can be top 5, then like, why aren't these players top 5? It's tough.
We're just going to own it, all right? This is Carpet and Quinn's top 10.
He's just coming up with excuses why his top 10 is already worse than mine.
That's a lie, but I'm going to let you start first. You'll start with your number 10, Quinn.
Boom, number 10. It is none other than my boy, Mystic. He's really the man. And this summer, this offseason, him playing with Flipside, they had ups and had downs, but I mean, being able to take out your own DreamHack summer tournament and be the champion, I mean, if you win any major tournament in your offseason, it's a good season.
I mean, that's a tough one, because I think if you look at like the most recent results, you might want to put him a bit higher, but at the same time, when you think of how many people there are, like even if you just think of the top 4 teams, that's already 12 people, right? So like that's, you know. I'm
considering the slump from Flipside into things, so I did actually consider him higher at first, and then you know what? Mystic, if you want to get placed higher, you got to perform higher.
Yep. All right.
Lower.
All right. Now, things might get controversial, but let's just go with let's start with my number 10. My number 10 is Dapper. All right. Now, it's one of those situations where I think mechanically, if we were doing a mechanical top 10, he'd be like top 3 easily. Okay. But I think if you take results into account and everything that happened,
you know, all the things that make a player a player.
Exactly, especially in the RLCS and 3s. Okay. I still wanted him on the top 10. I had to put him on my top 10. I mean, he's nuts. He's actually insane, and the things that he does pull off, I just want to see a little more consistency before I put him a little bit higher. I want to bring you here, Dapper. Just, you know, give me more reasons.
If Dapper's a great player, if Dapper's your 10th player, because I had a lot of players who I thought were above.
My top 10 is juicy.
I had players who I thought are all way above Dapper. So if Dapper's your 10th, then I got questions.
All juicy. What's your number 9, Quinn? What do you got for me?
I don't know. Who is my number 9? Let's see it. Boom. Torment. None other than. That guy's the man.
You look like you don't know.
You know.
There's a lot going on in his brain.
I didn't need any of these distractions already. He already tried to distract me what's coming up with my list, and now trying to tell you my list. No, really, Torment. He had a great season. Got picked up by Cloud9. Going from Muffinman to Cloud9. This guy had an incredible offseason. We talked about an offseason for Mystic. Torment really a strong player for like forever now, a staple of the main scene. He came to light with Lucky Bounce, and I mean, I think Lucky Bounce is still a thing. Either way, Torment's moved on to greener pastures. That guy is a beast now. The partner in crime with Squishy Muffins. That's really all I have to say about Torment. Other than he's great.
I can see where our brains went different paths. So you went for. I had to do a mixture of recent results and not so recent results.
Okay.
I try to do a little bit of both legacy and recent. So my number 9, I mean, it's kind of close to yours. I actually have Squishy number 9.
Oh, what?
Now, hold on.
Squishy was your number 9?
Now, I knew this was going to be controversial. You'll just wait until you see the rest, I promise. The only issue with me putting him higher is that, again, this is all very recent. I think there are a lot of players that have had more time to show consistency. We have players like Kronovi, who
My list is definitely a little bit more longer.
Yeah. I went for the long con, right? I'm always looking for the long con.
Okay.
I think there are players that have every now and then they've shown up and they've shown that they're probably the best in the world, and then they fall off, and it's like a very quick. Like Kronovi is a prime example. So I think right now he's in his prime. But honestly, if the season starts and he can just show me like 3 weeks of consistency, boom, he's like number 4.
But like that's like such a cop out though. Like
It's not a cop out.
Okay, no. As it is now, you have them right next to each other. You
Yep.
think there's no major discrepancy in skill between the two of them?
Of course there is. Not. Exactly.
Okay.
Eat it, Quinn.
I'm gonna leave that one at that, and I'm gonna move on forward. My number 8, J-Nats.
He
Now,
always looks confused when he calls for it.
no, I'm just kind of waiting because sometimes everybody needs a reminder. You know what? It's normal. So J-Naps really as my number 8. I actually wasn't really sure where to place him because J-Naps is kind of wild. Like, I mean, he's really the player that I think carries G2 the hardest. Like, they all need to get carried at some point, but J-Naps is usually the one they call on to carry. And really, I'd say a shaky season. They won brisk in the summer season, and then other than that, they just kind of have really often on performances, hit or miss.
That was a big of my struggle for putting like a lot of the GG roster.
I didn't know really how to keep him anywhere more like higher, because I felt that there are just so many other teams, so many players doing so much better. But then I look at your list, and now like I don't know.
Dude, this is the hardest thing to do. Like I wrote down 30 players. I'm like, how am I supposed to put any of these people not top 10? It was so difficult. So let's just keep going. My number 8, we got Matt. All right.
Okay.
You look like you were gonna argue, and then you're like, maybe.
I want to hear your explanation first.
So first of all, I think overall consistency, Matt has shown a lot of it. I think Matt, he's always looking for his team. He's both selfless and mechanical. I've seen him able to do all the passing plays as well as all the striking. Now, he hasn't had the results to follow that up, and I don't know if it's because of roster or maybe just team play. But in general, I think maybe it's a little bit of a fanboyism. I've always loved him in the duo. I'm not gonna lie. This could just be a little bit of me liking watching Matt. I love his play style. I think he's super consistent. Had to put him in the top 10.
Okay, so you like to watch him.
And he's great.
But like mostly you just like to watch him. And
Where'd you put Cooks here, fanboy? Where'd you put your Cooks here, you fanboy?
So?
Where is it? Yeah.
So
I bet he's number 1. We're not gonna see it till next week.
He's not number 1. I'll say that. He really isn't. No. But again, I don't know how you justify Matt as number 8 when he had like the worst. Not him. Rogue and his team had a pretty abysmal offseason.
Oh, wait. Oh, you're right. This is top 10 teams. No, it's players, baby.
Right, and so if you have a
get started.
But teams that hardly are in the top 10, how are you going to have the players in the top 10?
It's about the player.
Oh, okay. Let's go on to the next one. For my number 7, I have none other than your boy, Jacob. Now, don't even talk to me.
Number 7?
What, you had him higher?
I guess
So what you do like the rest of
number 7?
Okay. No, number 7. This guy is the man. You see him in his billboard.
He's the man. Also number 7 now.
Well, yeah, you can be the man number 7. Wait, it's the number 7 man. There's a lot of men, and to be number 7 is like a pretty big achievement here. No, really, Jacob's so good. The big thing for me to put him at number 7 is the Universal 2v2 Open. I felt that he had a great performance with Sizz, and you know, Sizz almost made it up here, but I don't just fill my top 10 up with random players of varying skill levels, right? Like,
I'm sorry. Is the RLCS just a bunch of people that either suck or are great, Quinn? They're all insane.
yeah, kinda.
Oh, wow. All right, well, what's my number 7 then, Quinn? What do you see there?
Who? Let's see.
What do you see?
Violent Panda is your number 7?
What do you got against Violent Panda, son?
Nothing. That's it. He's the best. Like, he's so good.
That is not what I was ready for.
Number 7.
Do you understand how many people are left in the friggin' RLCS that had to put 6 more above him?
This guy has had like an incredible career from the second he got involved in Rocket League.
Yep.
And that's how he's number 7?
So have 6 through 1.
Okay, you're gonna tell me him and his achievements in Europe are almost identical to Matt's in North America's?
What? Whoa, we're going by everything. We're going by legacy, we're going by performance, we're going by consistency, we're going by everything. All right? Here's my issue. I had Violent Panda originally like really high, and I just kept finding people. I'm like, I can't put these people lower. I don't know what to do. Violent Panda, he's here. He's number 7.
This is like the guy.
I can't believe you put Jacob number 7.
He is on arguably the #1 team in the world right now.
Number 1 North American team.
Yeah, well, everybody knows North American teams are.
Oh, okay. So I guess
Okay, no.
6 through 1 are all yours.
I'll give you a break. It was actually really hard to fill my whole.
Dude,
all
this-
the players
this
who
was
I thought
really-
could have been
this
top
was really
5,
tough.
like ended up being in 15 to 20, 20 to 30. But this is top 10. That's why you don't see that.
Quinn just likes to yell.
Yep, and I like to clap too.
I like to clap. Everybody. All right.
Everybody likes to clap.
Let's see what you're finding. Let's see what you're wrapping
Okay,
up in
my
over
number
here.
6 is going to be.
It's not. You know what? Let's just no. You have no argument. Let's just go to my number 6. What's my number 6? I've got Cooks here, number 6. Now I think I'm just gonna talk. There is no words for this. There's absolutely no words for this. I think Cooks here is right now he's in a slump, which is why he's down at number 6. Of course, I think everyone can look at Cooks here and want to put him at easily top 3. He's insanely mechanical. He's Cooks here.
He's great.
He's great. But he's in a bit of a slump right now, and I tried to make my top 10 both recent and legacy. This is where Cooks here sat. And if you guys, I think you're done. I think you're done talking for the rest of the day. So I think that might just have to be the end of it. Remember, this is our 10 through 6. Next week, we'll tell you, I guess, whatever our 1 through 5 is. If you agree or disagree, if one of us is stupider than the other.
It's totally not speculation. It's all based on fact.
Please let us know. Quinn clearly did his research, as did I. But if you enjoyed yourself, please make sure to tune in next week, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, same channel, right here. Hope you guys enjoyed yourself. Hopefully we'll vote way back on the island for next week. But until then, see ya.